Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the Trump administration will not tolerate Russian interference in this fall's elections. Pompeo made the promise to a congressional hearing today. He did not say what the president might do about it. His testimony was interrupted briefly today over a totally unrelated matter. Correspondent Rich Edson has the story from the State Department tonight.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was there to answer questions about the State Department's budget. But this hearing got testy over another issue: his questioning of Hillary Clinton during a 2015 Benghazi hearing when he was still a member of Congress.
I take diplomatic security very serious. Never make an accusation.
I happen to agree with that. Oh, now the real secretary is coming out.
If I could just explain. Okay, we're going to give you time, but we want to give the secretary a chance to respond.
He didn't do that with Secretary.
Okay.
He did not do that with Secretary Clinton. Let me tell you that.
Testifying before the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Secretary Pompeo also addressed how the Venezuelan government notified the State Department this morning that it is ejecting 2 American diplomats. That's in response to U.S. sanctions on Venezuela after its president, Nicolas Maduro, won re-election. The U.S. considers that election a sham. On Russia, Pompeo contends the Trump administration has aggressively punished its behavior, though acknowledges officials must do more.
We have not been able to achieve deterrence, effective deterrence of some of these efforts of the Russians, but this administration has taken enormous efforts to push back against Russia that haven't been done in an awfully long time.
He says the administration will implement, quote, appropriate countermeasures against Russian interference. After the more than 3-hour hearing, Pompeo hosted officials from Japan, Germany, and China. Pompeo says the State Department is sending a medical team to Guangzhou, China, after a U.S. employee reported symptoms that are very similar to those 24 American diplomats in Cuba experienced.
We've notified China of what took place as best we know it, and they have responded in a way that is exactly the right response.
Pompeo also discussed with China's foreign minister the upcoming summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. He says officials here at the State Department are still planning and driving for a June 12th meeting. He also notes the United States will not give any concessions to North Korea until it has credible information, credible demonstration that it's dismantling its nuclear program. Brett?
And speaking of concessions, Rich, Iran is now making demands of Europe on this nuclear deal?
It is. Just posted a short while ago, the European countries and those remaining in the Iran nuclear deal are negotiating with Iran, trying to keep it in the Iran nuclear agreement to salvage the deal. Well, now Iran has just posted a list of demands of the European allies, Britain, Germany, and France. The Ayatollah Khomeini wants them to fully guarantee Iranian oil sales, safeguard Iran's trade against U.S. sanctions, and leave its ballistic missile program and regional policies alone. The Ayatollah says that's the price for keeping Iran in the nuclear deal. Iran is now putting the Europeans between the United States and Iran. That's because Secretary of State Mike Pompeo announced Monday 12 demands of Iran, saying it's going to put the strongest sanctions in history against it if it doesn't comply with those U.S. demands. Brett.
Check it out. Rich Edson at the State Department. Rich, thank you.